Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah Kodash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Bless you, Yahweh. Bless you, Yahweh Shai. In the name of the Holy Spirit. Call Halayim La, Allahayinawa, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kodash. All praise to our power, our Father, Yahweh, in the name, Yahweh Shai, in the name, the Holy Spirit. Double honor to our teachers, the elder apostles and elder bishops, great millstone, GMS. Peace and blessing to the elect, the house of David. All right. So that's what we do this for. We do it for you, hopeful members of the elect. Those of you that subscribe to the message of salvation. Okay. And, you know, we're going to walk and talk a bit. You know, I just had an interaction with some Northern Kingdom Jake. And y'all let me know if y'all can hear me, Baba Kasha. I'm not sure how the feed is. You know, let me know if the feed is good and I'll continue. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, we good. All right. Yeah, man. But yeah, you know, just to cut to the chase, to get to the point. You know, I was out and about, you know, doing some business with some Northern Kingdom Jake. And they were young, you know what I'm saying? You know, young Jake. From the looks of them, I think they're straight from either Central America or Mexico, you know, which I didn't ask them, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to, you know, do what I had to do as far as business wise. I didn't ask them their nationality. But even if I did, they wouldn't have been able to tell me because I don't think they spoke English at all. You know, this young Jake, I think they came like just straight up, you know what I'm saying, you know, through the border, so to speak. Which, us here that believe in the truth, we know that this is their land anyway. This is their land anyway, you know? But me doing business with them, I can tell they had a lack of respect for Judah, you know, for the Southern Kingdom, which, you know, this is a funny story in a way. You know, yeah, it's funny to me, you know what I'm saying? But basically, I could tell, you know, by me, like I said, doing business with them, and I got to work on my Spanish. There's actually a desire of mine, because I really want to push video in Spanish. Salaki too, man. I ain't cut my damn notifications off. You know, Salaki for that. But getting to the point, basically, I can tell, you know, they were saying particular things about me or about just the Southern Kingdom as a whole when they were around me. You know, and they're young. I'm looking at them like, you know, they're young. They don't know much about the so-called American Negroes, except for their frame of reference by way of Esau Edom's propaganda machine, by way of the media. You know, that's really all they know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not looking at them like, man, they know any better. You know, because Jake, without this truth, especially if they're young, this new generation, they impressionable, man. You know, they like damn children. I'm gonna say they're like youths. Let me say that word, not children. They like youths. They don't know much. So I was surprised, but you know, here it is. They saying particular things. You know when Jake talking shit about you in another language, man. You know, they talking shit about you or about other people they think are like you, you know? It was a You know, this was a Northern Kingdom, you know, young man and a Northern Kingdom young woman. But looking at them, I'm looking at them, and to me, they don't look any different from the Southern Kingdom. The chick, you know, what I'm saying, she was, you know, she was pretty good looking, but she had fucking gold teeth in her mouth. And I think they was both either Issachar or Zebulun. Well, that's why this is also funny, because them some of the tribes I'm the closest to the most, as far as you know, me being around them. But yeah, the chick got a damn gold grill in her mouth, you know, and and she had a damn fitted cap, you know. I want to say it had New York on it, and a young Northern Kingdom Jake man, I want to say he had a NY fitted cap. But I'm like, man, y'all ain't nothing but Northern Kingdom niggas, you know. So that's why it's comical. But I could tell they weren't used to interacting with a Jake that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like they're used to what they see either on the TV or when they're around Jake that's knee deep in the world. So them being around me, birds. But them being around me, it was a different interaction. Like they weren't expecting it. But it's just funny to me. And I'm gonna get to some scriptures. I wrote some scriptures down. This is impromptu because I'm like, man, I gotta do a video on this. You know, because my spirit is tied to the Northern Kingdom. But I'm looking at Jake. I'm like, man, y'all really don't know shit about really your own people. You know what I'm saying? Because really we the same people. But long story short, you know, they talking in Espanol, and I'm still learning. I'm very I'm dealing with the basics when it comes to Spanish. You know what I'm saying? I'm still in the beginning stages of Spanish. But long story short, I think after them being around me for a while, they start looking at me like I wasn't so-called black, you know? Because they said, well, they start saying something, but then they said Puerto Riqueño, which is basically Ephraim, you know? But so I suppose they thought that I was Ephraim, and they were still talking or whatnot. But then I kind of fucked their head up. I started playing some reggaeton. Like they weren't expecting that. But, you know, just to throw them off. But just getting to the point. Me having this interaction with these young Jakes, like I said, they either from Mexico or Central America. You know, that just shows that the curses is on our people. Because the way that they're behaving, even them talking shit, that's an attribute that Jake in America got. The way they dress. They dressing like Jake in America, you know, the fucking grill in the chick mouth, which I came across a lot of Northern Kingdom, especially women that rock the gold teeth, which that really that go back to King Solomon. You know, that's in a Song of Solomon. You know, the different jewels in their mouth. You know, with Solomon, King Solomon, you know, had that. You know, but you have you know, a lot of Northern Kingdom, they do that. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, the history of the Maya, you know, they were known for having their mouth like that. But the point I'm sticking to is they were acting just like Jake in America, but they had an evil mind toward Jake in America, which it shows you them curses is very real that the Lord put on us. Because naturally you wouldn't want to be that way. But I must have fucked their head up when I had played that reggaeton around them, because they didn't really know what to say around that. Because the main word I heard them say in Spanish, they said Puerto Riqueño. And I'm saying this to the best of my ability. Like I said, I'm still learning Espanol. But I know that means Puerto Rican. So I think by them saying that I was different, and I don't know, it was something about me, but they said Puerto Rican. But they were talking shit like, this guy must be a Puerto Rican. And I started playing that, you know, that Spanish music, which I could have played anything. I could have played music that Issachar listens to. You know, I know all that damn music because I lived in Illinois, you know, for a while. But basically, when I played that, they stopped, and actually they had calmed down. They're like, oh shit, like he must know what we talking about, you know. But basically, just sticking to the point, the so-called American Negro, excuse me, I'm speaking fast. the so-called American Negro is going to gain immense respect among the tribes. And me myself, I'm not, at least I don't think that I am. I don't think I'm Judah, you know? You know what I'm saying? But being around these jakes, and another incident that took place going back to when I had visited Guatemala. Basically, I went to one of the banks, you know, and I had to exchange my money from American dollars to their pesos. But basically, as I'm walking, all I heard a Jake say was, "Oh, Moreno, Moreno." You know, he basically talking shit, you know. And this is back in what? Cause I want to say I went 2 times, you know what I'm saying? But it was either it was the first time in 2010 or in 2016. But basically, you know, I'm exchanging the money at the bank. But you know, Jake said, "Oh, Moreno, Moreno," you know. But basically, the northern tribes, you know, and not all northern tribes, because a lot of us are repentant. But a lot of our people don't like the southern kingdom, when really, to be honest, we got to be grateful for the southern kingdom for this truth, you know, because the Lord heavily worked through the southern kingdom to give us this knowledge, this truth, you know, which me myself, I think that I'm northern kingdom. I heard too many brothers tell me that I'm northern kingdom, which for them to suspect I was a Puerto Rican, like, to me that was like the stamp right there. Like, where the fuck that come from, you know? But you know, all of us, no matter what tribe, we got to be grateful for the southern kingdom, you know, especially Judah, because without the Lord working through Judah, we wouldn't have this truth, man. So in the kingdom, the tribe's gonna be immensely grateful, and they're gonna highly reverence Judah, man. Because right now we something, which I don't think that I'm Judah, but I'm just making a point. That the southern kingdom is something to be frowned upon, and they're the most low out of all the tribes right now, man. You know, they're in the lowest estate out of all the tribes. So, you know, the Lord is gonna, you know, basically show that, you know, he was still dealing with Judah. You know what I'm saying? But and he showed that really by him giving us this knowledge through Judah. You know what I'm saying? Which started in New York through our apostles, elders, through our elder apostles and elder bishops, elders. They were all Judah. You know what I'm saying? And once again, a lot of us are from other tribes. Even, you know, hey, when you woke up to the truth, you probably thought that you was Judah. Come to find out, you Gad, you Reuben, you another northern kingdom tribe. You know what I'm saying? But we're all grateful for that tribe, man. Hell, that's the tribe that the Lord came from. Yeah, so you tribes, man, you better watch your mouth talking shit, because a lot of J gonna be put to death for that, man. You know? A lot of J gonna be put to death for that, man. You know what I'm saying? hey, Judah caught a lot of hell, bro, and I see that personally. Because, you know, I'm a bus operator now. Judah is super low, man. You know, you see the lowliest of Jake working a city job. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get some of these scriptures. You know, Bible Shot brothers can post them on the comment board. You know, but yeah, this impromptu is inspired, you know, from my my business interaction with some Northern Kingdom Jake. They could have been Issachar or Zebulun, which once again, I'm real close to them tribes, and I didn't take it personal how they were. Cause I'm looking at them like, man, they're young. I could tell they straight from Mexico, but either Mexico or Central America. You know, maybe even South America. I didn't ask them the nationality, but they came off like they were Issachar or Zebulun. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't speak English at all, which I didn't care, because I don't really care for the English language myself. But we gotta speak it, you know. But I could tell they had a big lack of respect for Judah. But then after them, you know, being around me, they suspected, well, this guy can't be he can't be, you know, an American black, you know, a Moreno, you know. So they suspected I was a Puerto Rican, but they were still talking shit, you know. But the Lord is gonna put ultimately all his people, you know, he gonna put them up there. He gonna exalt us in due time, but especially Judah, because Judah is the lowest right now. Out of all the tribes, man, Judah is finished, man. That's why they're the least respected among the tribes. So we can get some scriptures on that, man. Bible Shy, we can get Genesis 49:8. Genesis chapter 49, verse 8. Once again, I didn't take it personal. Because like I said, I love Northern Kingdom Jake. Hell, I love all the tribes. And we all do. But I just found that funny, man. Like, like Jake really is fooled by Esau idioms, by Esau idiots propaganda machine, man. Cause they mainly believe that that Judah are thugs and criminals, and which a lot of our people, you know, behave that way, are heathenistic. But a lot of the tribes believe that because of the damn TV, man. You know, and some of us have visited these different countries throughout Latin America, Central America, Latin America. We've been around other tribes, and it messed their mind up when they see, man, y'all really not like that. You know, when they meet some of us that are different from what Esau Edom show on the damn TV. Cause that's a frame of reference, but that's really witchcraft. You know, the way that they depict our people, you know, on the television is really witchcraft, man. You know, you know, people see that, hey, we really not like that. Which once again, well, I'm saying we, but you know, I believe in another tribe. Hey, but hell, hey, the scriptures say, ultimately, we all come out of the waters of Judah. That's another reason why we got to be grateful. You know, I mean, that's a whole nother topic. But technically, you know, on another level, all the tribes really come from that. You know, that's another topic. I'll deal with that another day. But hey, let's go, man. This by the elder Hawaii from North Carolina. It's Shalom, brother. Genesis chapter 49 and verse 8. Judah, the so-called American Negroes, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. You know, because Judah is still the head tribe. So you really got to watch your mouth, you know. In general, like I said, when they were saying what they were saying, I ain't take it personal. But they really not used to being around us. Showing that when this slave trade took place, the way he divided us, it was definitely on purpose. The way it divided us, because they don't want the tribes to be among each other. They don't want us to understand each other. Another thing too, the language barrier. We speak different languages, you know. So this all adds to that separation. You know what I'm saying? But once again, at the end of the day, you know, Judah, hey, that's the tribe the Lord chose. And I'm saying this, but I'm not Judah, you know. I'm saying, but Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies, and that's literal. Hey, Judah caught the most hell from this devil, but Judah really gonna get his hands on this devil too during these end days. You know? And Judah is the predominant tribe in Babylon the Great. Which you have all 12 tribes here, but especially Judah. You know what I'm saying? And it's a reason for that. You know? Because vengeance is going to be sweet, you know? Especially when the Lord raises men up. Really of all 12 tribes. But just making the point, you know, the Lord didn't forget about Judah, you know? Thy father's sons shall bow down before thee. Meaning the other tribes are going to reverence Judah. They're going to highly respect Judah. Because Judah the most disrespected, man. And I'm 12 tribes being disrespected, but especially the head tribe, which is Judah. You know? But hey, once again, you better watch what you do and what you say. And I'm saying this in general, not personally about them Jakes, you know, but hell, them too. Which, you know, I hope we the men of the Lord, because at the end of the day, if we the Lord's men, we make it through this shit, people gonna be surprised who they was amongst the whole time. You know? they their eyeballs gonna pop out, you know? You just need to see a damn cartoon character, it could be a wolf, you know, wolf, wolf see a fine woman, you know, the tongue roll out the wolf mouth, the tongue on the ground. That's how people gonna be looking when they realize that we was the prophets, you know? Mouth gonna drop, you know? Eyeballs gonna pop, people gonna be looking crazy as hell, like that was them the whole time, you know? But also when they see that at the end of the day, we was the same people the entire time, but just that the Lord put these curses on us, you know? So it says, thy father's sons shall bow down before thee, right? So the other tribes are gonna respect Judah, man. Once again, that young northern kingdom man and woman, they ain't know what the hell they was saying, you know? But they ain't the only ones that feel that way either. You know, I've been around different Jake, even in Illinois. I recall this one time I was on a train ride with my brother Lahab, you know, headed to the city, you know, because we would head down to the city to teach downtown. And it was back in like 2009, 2010. You know, we on the train, and we was sitting, I want to say like maybe like across or not too far from two Issacharite chicks, and they was silly as hell, man. But basically they had saw the 12 tribes sign, and back then we ain't know no better, you know, just, you know, we just wanted to get downtown to teach. So, you know, we weren't using discretion, you know, having the sign all out like that. But in our mind's house, we gonna get the sign down there. But looking back hindsight, you know, we could have covered it up just to letting out our left hand know what our right hand doeth. But long story short, two Issacharite, you know, chicks, they saw the 12 tribe sign and they made fun of it. They were like, oh, you an Issachar. Like, they were pointing at each other, you know. Are you an Issachar? You talking shit. But they don't even know, like, you making fun of your own heritage. You know what I'm saying? But just, you know, I've personally had just different times when I'll be around Northern Kingdom, and you don't realize that you being stupid right now by rejecting, you know, the truth, and also rejecting the fact that we the same people, which is also part of the truth, you know? Which, I'm gonna say this too, for the Southern Kingdom that had that mindset as well, the Lord gonna deal with y'all, because you got a lot of Southern Kingdom, they be talking shit about the Northern Kingdom, man. The Lord gonna deal with y'all Jakes too, you know? They'll talk shit about Issachar, or you know, it could be Ephraim. They'll talk shit any of the tribes, you know, that's outside of their tribe, not realizing we the same people. The Lord gonna F Jake up for that, you know? But yeah, bro, we can get some of these other scriptures. You know, I wrote down on a napkin. You know, Jay just got done getting something to eat. But Bible shot, we can get Isaiah 11:13 and Zechariah 11:14. Ultimately, these are curses. You know, that spirit of division is evidence of the curses, that we still under the curses. Now, although we're in this truth, you know, as hopeful believers, you know, us believers in Yahweh Shah, we're in the truth, but we still in this world, we still in this captivity, and as of right now, we're under the curses until the Lord comes. All right. But what separates us from Jake that's in the world is that we have love one toward another, even if we're different tribes. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, hey, you know, you grew up maybe just among your own tribe, or you grew up, you know, in an area among the different tribes, but you still looked at each other differently. But you come into the truth that, you know, all that goes away. All that animosity, all those differences, it goes away. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah chapter 11, verse 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Right. So the animosity between the tribes. And also we got one common enemy, one common foe, one arch nemesis, which is Edom, the devil himself. And see, Jake gonna wake up to that, you know, The real enemy is E, not your brother, man. I was actually reading an account earlier in the book of Judges. The brotherly love was so strong in the ancient world, Ephraim had got mad that the other tribes didn't call them to go off to war. You know, Ephraim, and I've been around Ephraim, especially right before I came into the ministry. Mainly right before I came to the ministry, Lord had put me around Ephraim. But Ephraim real zealous. They got their ride or die spirit, you know, especially if they close to you, you know. But I've experienced that, like I said, right before I came in the ministry, you know, me being around them, you know. But us in this knowledge, us in this truth, we realize we got one common enemy, this goddamn Edomite, all right? Not your own people, man. So the envy also Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah. So those so-called Puerto Ricans are not going to envy the so-called American Negroes. And Judah shall not vex Ephraim, right? But also, just amongst all the tribes, you know, because the kingdom of Ephraim, that's the northern kingdom, and the kingdom of Judah, that's the southern kingdom. So just that animosity amongst all the tribes is going to go away. All those differences, man. You know? No matter what it is. Because, once again, they saw I was different. They're like, oh, shit. Because it's funny. Basically, these Jakes, either they Issachar or Zebulon. But they talking mess. They live like right in the hood. Like they live right amongst Judah. You know what I'm saying? But it got to a point to where they saw that I wasn't Judah. They don't know about the truth. But they saw that I wasn't an American black, you could say. In their eyes. Because they called me a Puerto Rican. You know? You know what I'm saying? But and they still was, you know, talking. But Jake, man, they have that animosity. You're not in the right spirit. And once again, they were young. You know, young and dumb as that saying goes. But they themselves, like, man, Jake don't look in the mirror. Because the way they was dressing, like, they look like they right from that area where they at, you know? Once again, you know, the Northern Kingdom chick had a fucking grill in her mouth. She had gold teeth in her mouth. And she was Issachar Zebulon. And the young, you know, Issachar or Zebulonite man, he had the fitted cap sagging his pants like, man, y'all no different. You know? But once again, that evil eye, that goes away when you come in this truth. You know what I'm saying? That's actually an attribute of the elect. You having an evil eye towards your brother or your sister, it goes away when you come in this truth. A lot of Jake that came in this truth, when they was in the world, they was gang banging. And they was banging on men that was from a different tribe, man. Especially like you look at places like Chicago, hell, hey, New York. New York is a gangland, bro. New York, Chicago, LA. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. But hey, Jay that came in his truth, you get out of that spirit. You realize we the same people, man. And we got one enemy, which is goddamn this damn cracker. Esau Edom. You know? But yeah, Bible shot, we get Zechariah 11 and 14. Deuteronomy 28 and 54. Deuteronomy 28 and 54. And yeah, we'll close out with two others. But we're gonna get those first. Yeah, I'm gonna get that one in a minute, but I want to read these first, you know. But yeah, man, Jacob come to find out that we the same people, whether you like it or not. It doesn't matter if you like it or not. And the only reason why you think that way is because of colonialism. The colonizer. You know? This Edomite. That's why you think that way. That's why you think that way. You know? That's why you think that way. And it's funny, right before I had went to Puerto Rico in 2009, You know, at my old job, um, I was talking to this Ephraimite, and it was a very spiritual conversation I had. That was a very intense spiritual conversation, and I'm not sure if that guy knew about the truth. I don't think he did, but the Lord was definitely using him to talk to me. You know, Ephraimite, you know, older Jake, but super cool, super laid back. So I know the Puerto Ricans are the tribes. I never met a Jake that cool, man. You know, him, his sister, which at my old job, that was my first main job. I was basically like a caretaker for his mom, you know? And his mom, man, she loved me. She looked at me like another son, you know? We're talking to that Ephraimite Jake, basically right before I went to Puerto Rico, where he was actually the reason I had went. Because I wanted to go to other places. I was thinking about, you know, Cuba or, you know, I could have went to Brazil. But, you know, talking to this Jake, like I said, hey, he was smooth, man. By his spirit, you would think he was Judah, but he wasn't Judah. He was Ephraim. But he was smooth as hell. And basically he had told me, hey, man, you need to check out Puerto Rico. He saw that I wanted to travel. I had a traveling spirit on me going back to 2009. And he mentioned all the good parts about Puerto Rico, you know, going to the El Yunque. I think that's how you say it. The rainforest, you know, just all the beautiful parts about, you know, Puerto Rico, which means Puerto Riches, you know, the land of Borikin. But he was going all into it, man. Talking about the bioluminescent waters and the frogs that whistle at night, you know, the different beaches I can go to and getting out of the tourist area. But the main thing he kept emphasizing is that we are the same people. And at the time, like, and I'm fresh in the truth, you know, I came in 2008, but the Lord really started developing me in my lot in 2009. You know what I'm saying? As far as me getting into the northern tribes. But basically, this Ephraimite man in my old job, you know, I was taking care of his mother, but he kept putting emphasis on how we are the same people. And anytime I would like get outside of that, he'll get mad. But it's a certain way he'll look at me, you know? You know what I'm saying? But like, it was something else. But you know, when I went to Puerto Rico in 2009, before the plane even landed, you know how like you in a plane, for those of y'all that flew on a plane, when the plane descended, you get to see the people, like some of the people at the airport before you land. Before I'm landing at the airport, I'm seeing Jakes with dark skin but smooth hair that look like my cousins, man. You know? And just certain members of my family. I'm like, oh shit, you know? But you know, it was a very different experience. I'm grateful that the Lord gave me that, you know. But that showed me that yeah, we definitely the same people. You know? So just a, you know, personal testimony real quick. You know what I'm saying? But all you tribes are the damn same. And one thing y'all got in common, to be honest, and I'm getting this from the elder Bishop Tazadakba, which is of a big truth. All you tribes are into stupid shit. Once again, you all the same, you know? Hey, that's your common factor. The tribes act stupid, man. You know? Especially for you to believe that you're different. Which, hey, going back to that Jacob, my old job, that Ephraimite man, you know, he kept stressing us, like we. Because he looked at me like his family member. And I just took care of his mom, you know? But obviously, for him to look at me the way he was looking at me, I know the spirit was working through him, but also he had known some type of history, you know? And to this day, man, I wish that my Polaroid cameras, you know, was around me, and I had those photos from when I went to Puerto Rico, you know, visiting, you know, a museum they had dealing with slavery, because, you know, I could have did some lessons on that. But me going to that island, I see, yeah, we definitely the same, you know? But even outside of that, me being among the other tribes, me being among Zebulon, being among Issachar, because, you know, those some places I went to where those tribes are, we the same, bro. It's only you Jakes here in America, you Jakes in the States, it's only y'all that don't know what's going on, or you men and women of the tribes that have not been outside of your own tribe. You've You've pretty much always been closed in only amongst your own. So of course, when you come around another tribe, it's something foreign to you. You know, we're something we're taboo or an anomaly. This is something different to you because you're not used to being around another tribe. All right. But once again, they thought, you know, dealing with those Jakes from earlier, they thought I was an American black, but then they start suspecting that this guy Puerto Rican. Cause I heard them say Puerto Riqueño, you know, and they were still talking mess. But like I said, one of them person was just Jake don't know no better, man, because they've not been around other tribes, you know. For most tribes, especially Issachar and Zebulun, in particular, like those that straight coming through the border, they've always only been around their own. You know what I'm saying? They're more family oriented. They're more traditional, you know. But see, when you look at Jakes in the States that have been among the other tribes, when you look at these inner cities in Babylon the Great, all the tribes are pretty much intermingled with each other. I see Judah and Issachar hang out all the fucking time, man. I see Judah and Ephraim hang out all the time. They live in the same areas. So for tribes to think that we different, ultimately the Lord blinded you. You know what I'm saying? And if you stay that way, that means you're not a part of your elect. Okay? But let's get this this curse. This is the reason why Jake think this way. Let's get this by the elder Huad. This is Deuteronomy 28:54. So that the man that is tender and delicate among you, Salakia. Read it again. So that the man that is tender among you, meaning brotherly. That's what that means. Tender meaning loving, caring, all right? So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, you know, very brotherly. His eye, meaning your mind's eye, your spirit, okay, the way you think, shall be evil toward his brother. And that's even within the own tribe at the same time. You know, sometimes, you know, sometimes they could be among the same tribe, you know, or outside of that tribe. You know what I'm saying? But and it says his eyes shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom. Okay? But you see that, all right? You know, Jake's mindset, you know what I'm saying? And toward the remnant of his sons. And toward the remnant of his sons, which he shall leave. Which, going back to the ancient world, you know, our people was really divided dealing with those sieges that would take place in Jerusalem. You know, when the Lord bring us low, you know, we about to get ready to go into captivity. And Jake would have that every man for himself mentality. Jake would go into survival mode, you know? But you also see that playing out today, you know? Because we've been divided and we've been conquered. But those of us that's coming into this truth, we coming out of that colonial mindset. Now the brother put up the definition of colonialism. And to water to you, how about Shemi? I was shy. This is a walk and talk, but I'm in a business area. And, you know, I think by me just standing idle for so long, you know, police felt some type of way. So they rolled up on me. But as I started walking, they had drove off. You know what I'm saying? You know, so, hey, the Lord be protecting us, man. You know, which also, as far as the different locations where we teach, dealing with the highways, the Lord basically made us landmarks now. You know? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm not on the highways now. As far as the spot we teach at, you know, we go out and teach at the camp, you know, but the Lord basically made us landmarks in our cities as far as when we go out and teach in those areas. So for you brothers that have, you know, started going out, you remember when you first went out to teach, the police used to mess with you, but the police don't mess with us anymore, man. They expect you to be there teaching in that spot. They leave you alone. As a matter of fact, we to the point now where the police, they'll be quick to want to get somebody that's messing with us, you know? But I see the only reason why they, you know, wanted to roll up on me just now, you know, I'm in a business area, you know, maybe I'm coming off as too loud, you know? So I'm glad I'm walking now. It's a walk and talk anyway. But the point, you know, going back to the former point, the main I'll say theme of this video is that the Lord is going to do away with those curses, man. And the tribes are going to be one again. We're going to be one people again. Now, it's still going to be 12 tribes, but we're going to have one mind, you know? Hate to quote Bob Marley, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, hey, one love. It's really going to be like that in the kingdom, which we believe Bob Marley, he was Jake. A lot of men say that he was an Edomite. He wasn't no Edomite, man. I don't care because his father looked like that. You know, that man music, the way his music united people, Bob Marley was definitely an Israelite, you know? And I believe he was Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? But it just makes sense. The Lord had him grow up in Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? But you know, we're gonna be one people again in the kingdom, man. So Jay not gonna have that cursed ass mindset. You a cursed ass MFer if you look at the tribes like they different, you know? We in the same boat, bro. Esau put your ass in the same pot with us. We all through until Yahushua come. So this is the definition for colonialism, which is why Jake think the way they think. Colonialism, you know, says now the policy or practice of acquiring full or partial political control over another country. Right, when you look at lands, for example, I mean, hell, you can start with North America. Who was primarily here at first? The tribe of Gad, so-called North American Indians. And also Reuben, so-called Seminole Indians. Well, guess what? After colonialism, you wouldn't know that our people was ruling this country at one point in time. Because the majority of our people that was ruling this country have been pushed off to reservations, which are basically the ghettos for those tribes, you know? They've been colonized. You know, the so-called North American Indians have been colonized. When you look at lands such as Canada, which you got Gad up there, hey, Canada was colonized. You look at, you know, Mexico, definitely colonized. That's why Issachar speaks Spanish. Why the tribes in Canada and North America speak English. They were colonized, you know, by the same Edomite, but an Edomite that just spoke a different language. That's it. You know, tribes in Central America, colonized. It's by the Spanish conquistadors. Same people that conquered Issachar. You know, I mentioned Puerto Rico earlier. Colonized by the same dude, E. You know? And for the most part, you look at South America, it was mainly colonized by the Portuguese Edomites. You know, Spanish Edomites too, but mainly the Portuguese. That's why when you look at you know, Brazil, you know, the primary language is spoken in Brazil is Portuguese, you know? But also when you look at the other tribes down there, they speak Spanish as well. The point I'm making is that we were all colonized, all right? So what's your boast? We all through, you know? Now it says, the colonialism, the policy or practice of acquiring full or partial political control over another country. Now it says occupying it with settlers and exploiting it economically. Right, and did not E do that? E did that, you know? The landscape of America, which was called by other names before they called it America, you know? E called it America. But the landscape is at this point, you know, predominantly inhabited by Edomites. Well, let me balance that out. It's a lot of Edomites over here because, you know, Jake is still the majority, you know? But you know, E brought settlers over here, you know, to occupy Jake You know what I'm saying? You think about a garrison, which is a military base, you know. But that's who you mainly see over here. Is E, aside from our people, because we've been colonized. Okay. So reading some more. Occupying it with settlers and exploiting it economically. They took advantage of the tribes. That's why Jake think the way they think. Jake thinks the way that they think because we were all socially conditioned. We were all engineered to think this way. You know? The Israelites in this captivity you see today, we've all been manufactured by way of this system. But us coming into this truth, we've came out of that. All right, we came out of that mindset, you know? But yeah, man, we gonna get back to these other scriptures. Let's get this, man. This is Zechariah chapter 11, verse 14. All right, and it reads, "Then I cut asunder mine other staff, even bands, that I might break the brotherhood between Judah and Israel." Right. So breaking that unity, you know? But tribes that think that we different, you got a rude awakening coming. Because when E is about to fully institute his NWO, you know, and for those of y'all that don't know what that is, his New World Order, when they really fully bring it in, you're gonna see that he definitely looks at you all the same. He looks at us as all the same people. You know? And then if you be around E and you hear them talk, they'll call Puerto Ricans Spanish speaking niggas. They'll talk shit about Issachar, you know? They look at us all the same. You even got this is a sign that was put up, I want to say in El Paso, Texas. And it was back when we was in slavery, I want to say. It was when we was in slavery or not too far after slavery. I would say to be on the safe side, I'll say during the time of segregation. You know, because I'm gonna look that sign up. So maybe it wasn't exactly during slavery, but maybe during the time of segregation. Basically, that sign in El Paso, Texas says no dogs, no Negroes, no Mexicans. That's what it says on that sign. The Edomites will put that sign outside of their business, showing you that these particular people are not welcome. And they disdain us so much, they put us in the same category as dogs, man. You know? So how about that? You know? But the reason why Jake think this way once again is because of them curses, man. The Lord broke the brotherhood between Judah and Israel. But for those of us coming to this truth, that curse right there, it doesn't apply to us as much. Now you may get, you know, evil thoughts. There be demons fucking with you. But overall, you love the brothers, man. You know, so we'll rebuke thoughts that come in our minds. You know what I'm saying? To make us want to look at brothers differently. You know, we rebuke that. At the end of the day, we know we the same, man. You know? But once again, that brotherly love, that's an attribute of the elect. How you know that you may be a member of the elect is because of this scripture here. Now we read that curse in Deuteronomy 28 and 54. You know, the Israelite man having an evil mind toward his fellow brother of the tribes. But the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is doing away with that, beginning with his elect. So let's get St. John 13 and 35. And also Zechariah 12 and 7. We can get Zechariah 12 and 7 first. And we'll close out with St. John 13 and 35. You know? And Father will, this edifying. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna get this by Gabaria Allah real quick. Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 18. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, meaning walk in the truth, walk in the same truth, walk the path of truth, all right? Walk it together. Because this truth is the beginning of all 12 tribes being united. Back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north. Yeah, man. Which is Babylon the Great. This is going to be the land of that great deliverance. You know? Where that humongous fathership going to pull up, you know, and beam up the members of the elect at one time. We believe it's going to be one ship through the Spirit, you know, through the Holy Spirit, man. You know, the beloved Elder Pastor Tahar, he spoke on that, which in the Spirit you can see it, you know. They shall come together out of the land of the north, North America. So that's straight up prophecy. To the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers, which is not North America, not Canada, not Mexico, not Central America, not South America, not Puerto Rico, not those other islands. I'm talking about the land of Israel. We're going back home, you know? Now, ultimately, we were meant to come here, you know, because of the will of the Heavenly Father, because of the Lord's prophecies. We were meant to come here, but we were not meant to stay here permanently. You know? This was a quick stop, you know? Or you can say a pit stop. You know how you driving, you know, you got a road trip, you know, but eventually you have to have a bathroom break, or you want to stop, get something to eat. You call it a pit stop. America was a pit stop. It's not our final destination, man. We about to go home. You know, that's what Yahweh Shai has come back to do. He come back to take us home. You know? The 12 tribes, man. Now, and that was a good scripture, bro. But the point, you know, in that scripture, it said how we will walk together in these days. The house of Judah and the house of Israel. All right? Zechariah 12:7, 12 tribes, constant recognition. And we're all going to recognize the sacrifices that the Lord made, you know, using Judah. Well, he had certain men of Judah make particular sacrifices, you know, and ultimately he made the greatest sacrifice, Yahweh Shai, you know, by him laying down his life for the tribes. Our Lord Yahweh Shai was of, you know, the tribe of Judah, man. And the men he raised up to teach us this word, going back to the late 60s, early 70s, you know, early 80s, those men were of Judah, you know. So Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. You know what I'm saying? And the scriptures also say how, you know, the Lord, oh, well, you know what? It's right here. It's right here. Let me read the scripture. Zechariah 12:7. The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first. That's why this word was preached first through Judah. You know, when you look at Elder High Priest Abba Bivens, you know, he was Judah. You look at you know, and I wasn't back there during the time, but you know, I believe what our apostles tell us. And they have, you know, certain recordings of these men, certain video footage of these men, and out of all these different members of One West, really it's our apostles that reverence these different men, you know, these leaders. Our apostles bring them up, you know. So yeah, man, you know, going back to High Priest Abba Bivens, he was Judah, you know. High Priest Yaquab, you know. King Masha, High Priest Ariyah, you know, they're Judah, you know. Now, you know, Judah's in a lower state, but see, you know, the Lord, he still, you know, worked through them, because once again, that's the head tribe, and also that's the tribe the Lord came from, man. You know, so all that game plan gonna stop. All that kikiing and ha-haing, you know, that the other tribes do at Judah, that shit gonna be stopped, man. You know, But it says, the Lord also should say to tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. And that's what Jake do, man. God damn it, all this intertribal pride, as if you got all this shit going on, man. That's why Jake be having them fucking day parades and shit. That don't mean a fucking thing, man. You know? Puerto Rican day parade or, you know, Mexican pride, you know? Dominican day parades and all that shit. We all still in slavery. And Jay don't even realize that they, you know, you magnify yourself against the head tribe. You know? Now I'm gonna say this to balance it out. There's nothing wrong with national pride. But Jake is all caught up into that shit. That's something that he gave you. We not Puerto Ricans, we not Dominicans, we not Mexicans. We Israelites. You know? And there's nothing wrong with nationalism. You know? But really, you celebrating you being a slave when y'all be doing all that. You celebrating us being conquered. You don't even realize it, man. But it says, reading this again, that the glory of the house of David, because the glory of the house of David really are all tribes. You know? Now David himself, you know, he was of Judah. But see, the kingdom of David, what's being reestablished is a reuniting of all 12 tribes. This united kingdom, man. You know? The house of David. But it says that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem, which are all tribes, do not magnify themselves against Judah. You know? The Lord gonna shut everybody damn mouth, man. Because, you know, on a spiritual level, we'll speak on a spiritual level for a minute. The Most High himself, he's Judah. As soon as I said that, notification popped up. You know, but the Most High, he's Judah. His only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, is Judah. Yahweh is Judah. Yahweh Shai is Judah. You know, the holy angels, the heavenly hosts, they had the appearance that of Judah. Which, you know, when they come on the earth, they can appear as any other tribes. You know, but that primary look, that divine appearance, they're gonna appear to you like Judah. You know, for the most part, you know. Say, but hey, the Lord, he takes that, you know, personal when Jay be doing that, man. But the Lord doing away with them curses, beginning with his elect, you know. So you know, very soon, man, ain't gonna be no more of that. And it begins with you hopeful members of the elect out there, cause y'all don't have that mindset. Now, and I'm gonna get ready to close it out. I'm standing still. You know, them blue lights pop up again, you know, but which I ain't worried about it. I think I proved the point in this video, and I pray y'all were edified. But it's just basically just a response to what happened earlier when I was among those different Northern Kingdom Jakes. And once again, it wasn't personal, just that Jake is gone, man. If you don't know this truth, of course you're gonna look at us as different. But you don't realize how foolish you being. Because although you lost, you don't know what's going on. This damn Edomite, he definitely know we the same people. Oh yeah, they know. You know? They definitely know it. So yeah, let's get this in St. John 13:35. Hey, you know, the water for you, Akim, post some precepts, you know. That's another good one. And you know what? I gotta get this, cause it got the 111 in there. 111. Which, you know, numbers have vibrations. We don't get into all that all the time, but you know, everything has an energy or a vibration. You know, 111 represents a new beginning. Okay, so we in a time where life as you know it is going to start over. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna hit the reset button on the planet Earth, man. So this is by Yanagai Israel. Hey, Benji, baby. You know? Benjamin 144, Hosea 1:11. Then shall the sons of Judah, children means sons, Bunyam, Then shall the sons of Judah and the sons of Israel be gathered together. That's happening now, being gathered by the word, like it tells us in the book of Baruch in the Apocrypha. And we're going to be physically gathered by Yahweh Shai when he comes back. And appoint themselves one head. The one head is Yahweh Shai. And under him, King David. You know, because King David, he's going to be our earthly king. All right. And it says, and they shall come up out of the land. That main land is North America, Babylon the Great. For great shall be the day of Jezreel. And that's another name for Israel. Because Jezreel in the Hebrew is Yah-Zerai Allah. Yah-Zerai Allah, which means he is seed of the power. You know? Who's seed of the power? The Israelites, man. You know? That's like you saying Yasha Allah. Jezreel, Yah-Zerai Allah, is not too different from Yasha Allah. It's almost the same word, man, because it basically means the same thing. Yah-Zerai Allah, Jezreel, he's seed of the power. Israel, Yasha Allah, he's the prince of the power. You know? The Israelites, man. But it says, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. Great gonna be the day of our deliverance. And that's when Jay can celebrate. So all this fucking, you know, Puerto Rican Day Parade and, you know, Mexican, you know, independence and all that shit, you know, Dominican Day Parade. Jake through doing that. And, oh, although I'm getting on Northern tribes, but hell, we get on Judah too. You know, with the bullshit they believe in, you know? Fucking Black History Month and, you know, Juneteenth and all that BS, man. Nah, man, we Israelites, goddammit. And E know it. That's what they afraid of. That's the message they afraid of. Now you being black and you tribes being Hispanic and Latino, you know, Mexican, Native American. They want you to stay that way. They don't want you to be Israelites, man. You know? But the point it says we gonna be gathered together. We gonna be one again. Like I was, you know, making the point in 2009 before I went to PR, the one Ephraimite Jake kept emphasizing, like sternly to me, like very sternly to me, that we the exact same people. And a certain look he was giving me, you know? And he didn't say that just because I was, you know, taking care of his mom. Like he meant it. Like he meant it from the heart. I could tell by how he was looking at me. Him and his sister, you know? But yeah, man, I pray y'all were edified, you know? That's a good scripture. Hey, that's a new beginning. Hosea 1:11. You know, Lord gathering us together and saving us. It's gonna be well, Jacob was the beginning of it that followed, right? Yeah, man. Just like we was together in the ancient world during the time of King Solomon, during the time of King David and King Solomon, the 12 tribes were together. We gonna be one again when Yahweh Shai come back. And guess who that is in the spirit? That's King Solomon. The throne of David being reestablished, man. So we gonna end off with this, man. All right, by Gabar Ya'Allah, Yashrala, Shalom, bro. Yahweh Bashim Shai, Brakatah. All right, St. John, chapter 13, verse 35. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. And the Lord's disciples are of all 12 tribes, not just Judah, not just one particular tribe. They're of all 12 tribes. So he said, again, Yahweh Shai, he said, by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, that you are my followers, if ye have love one to another, no matter what your tribe is. You know? And we all come from different backgrounds, different walks of life, before we came in this truth. But now, we one in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. The body connected, man. You know? And hey, we be ready to get down for each other, man. Like I said, you know, before I came in the ministry, I was around a lot of Ephraim, and they had that ride or die spirit, you know? But that's how the tribes are collectively. When you come in this truth, you got that ride or die spirit for the brethren, man. Because at the end of the day, we all we got. And that's what Jay really gonna come to find out here in these last days. All you got is your people. Because he gonna show you that he ain't with you. You know? There's gonna be a big separation during these end days, man. But I pray this is edifying, you know. They're going for an hour. I think we got the point. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. With that, I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Bahasham Hakwadash. Double honor to our elder apostles, the elder bishops, great millstone, still well. Peace and blessings to the elect, man. Shalom.